Think about that. What makes an emotion feel hard? What makes an emotion feel really emotional is the charge that we give it. It's how emotional we get about the emotion. It's the essence of what we call a mood battle, a level 2 on the chemical scale. Level 2 on the chemical scale isn't just having a negative emotion. It's being emotional about the negative emotion. For instance, you might be noticing that you are constantly getting angry at your family. And you feel so frustrated that you keep getting angry. It's the idea that I'm tugging against this emotion. I want it to be gone. I want it to be rid of it. I don't want it in my life anymore. That really makes a mood battle a mood battle. A negative emotion really isn't a problem at all until we start really giving it so much meaning and energy, and negative energy in particular. And that's what can cause us to actually get deeper and deeper into a thought spin, is the presence of the angst around a negative emotion. I had an experience last night. I was driving home from a little date that I had with my wife, and we had just gone to a really good little barbecue place. And on the way home, I started to notice my breath kind of getting shorter, my face getting tense, and my whole body kind of getting a little more tense. And I was like, wow, that's weird. What's going on? And I suddenly realized I was feeling anxious about a potential event in the future. And anxious about, it actually felt like an completely unfounded anxiousness. Like logically is like, no, it's not a problem at all. But there was something in my body that was like, as that thought had come up of this potential future event, my body suddenly responded. And I was just feeling so uncomfortable. And I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. This is not a real problem. And I started kind of trying to talk my way out of it in my head. I actually started trying to do things that would help fix it, help make the anxiousness go away. And guess what? It got worse. The more I tried to fix it, the more I tried to calm it down, the more anxious I felt. And I suddenly realized that I'm really in a mood battle over this anxiousness right now because I'm trying to get rid of it. I'm trying to do something about it rather than just allowing the anxiousness to be there. An emotion is really just an indicator that something important to me just got activated. So for me, there was an important outcome that I really wanted. And the possibility that that outcome might not happen the way I wanted activated anxiety for me. That was it. It was just an indicator. And so we have really a choice when we get into a mood battle. And we may have the tendency to just want to get rid of these emotions. What can tend to happen is our brain goes, hey, I know a way to get rid of the emotion. Let's go do a numbing agent. Pornography, gaming, food, shopping, you name it, whatever it might be that could temporarily give us a dopamine hit and numb out the emotion. That's one option. The other option, though, is for us to go, well, hold on, this is here to help me. What if I, instead of repressing the emotion and numbing it out, decide to process the emotion? It starts breaking down, the body breaks down the food into something that it can't handle currently, into something that it can handle and is utilized, can be utilized in a helpful way. So when you think about your emotions, when they first come up and they feel really negative, you may feel like, whoa, I can't handle this. But if I can process the emotion, break it down into something that's smaller bits and pieces, I can begin to handle it. I can actually use it in a useful way. Maybe not all of it, just like food gets grounded out, right? It goes through, it goes out, and it's brought to ground. So if I do something similar with my emotions, I can actually make these emotions that I couldn't handle feel really useful to me, feel beneficial to me. The first thing is to notice the emotion. Notice you're having it. The second is name it. Like, give it an actual name that you could just know, hey, this is what specifically I am feeling. And if you can name any of the thoughts around it, that's helpful too in a lot of cases. The third thing is to just embrace the emotion, to accept it. I'm not saying that you have to love the emotion. You know, when I'm hugging a porcupine, it may feel a little painful, but I'm at least in that moment just accepting that the emotion is actually there. It's actually happening instead of just trying to ignore it. And that is really what allows me to do the next step, which is to process the emotion, to start learning from it, to just ask myself, hey, why did this emotion show up? In my case, last night, the anxiety showed up to warn me and to protect me from a potential negative outcome, to try to keep me from maybe even going down a path that I would go down normally, and to help me to basically slow down and kind of think through, okay, well, what could I do differently? Or what do I need to think about differently? Maybe there's a different approach I could take that would give me a positive outcome. So in that case, I'm trying to learn the emotion could be there to help show me something that I could learn. And then whatever's left after the learning, we want to take the rest of it and ground it out. Just neutralize it. Regret can be helpful because it can help us learn from our mistakes. It can help give us an indicator that, hey, I did something that I really wish I had done differently. And so I could pause and go, okay, well, what would I like to do differently next time? I can process that. I can go through that and break that down and figure out, how might I approach this differently? And in the process, I may not come up with the perfect solution, but at least I can try something that's different than before. You just feel bad, right? If I just stew in the regret and it's just, oh, this feels awful. I made the worst mistake of my life. Now my life is ruined. Why do I bother even trying anymore? That's where regret is not helpful. And that piece of it, there's really nothing to learn from. I can't change the past. All I can do is move forward. So that piece of it would be the piece that we could just ground, neutralize, and say, hey, the past is the past, it's done. There's no point in me giving any more time and energy to that. So in this way, I can see emotions as a gift. It's like me, I may have put, like if I put my hand on a hot stove, I want the feeling of that response to come up, right? I want to know that I put my hand on a hot stove. And an emotion can be kind of similar. It's this opportunity that we get to get feedback about something that is important to us that we need to address. So if I can, instead of just repressing the emotion, actually process it, notice it, name it, embrace it, learn from it, and then ground out all the rest of it, that emotion then becomes a real gift for me, and one that can really, in the long term, help me.